You have to think around so that you move beyond the 30% quota, find very creative ways of enhancing participation. These are the kind of engagement we want to see. The electoral system. You see, the last time we had a lot of women elected is when we have proportional representation. I tell people, why don't you open that debate? So that there's a lead system. So you save women from participating in elections where people will be insulting them. Because women don't want to be insulted because they have kids. If their kids here, they are insulting their mother, right, everything, the very kids will go and tell their mother to pull out of that election. So what do? Create the space for them, make it less violent, both physically, both morally, both financially, all of this kind of, how do you go around it? Second is campaign for appointing positions. Beyond elective positions, you have appointing positions. How do you go around that? So these are all inclusiveness. The electoral system is a problem in Sierra Leone. Maybe you start thinking about it at the local level. Why councillors, mayors, district councils? These are elections that can be proportional representation. And then it goes with the list system. When you bring your list, we look at your list does not have 30% women, the list is thrown out of the window. When you do that, then you begin to build confidence at the local level. Once you begin to get more women councillors, more women mayors, more women district council chairmen, believe you me, I know women, the next time you see, they decide to sit there and say, but we can be president in this country. And then this is how it grows. So, enhancing women representation is not only supposed to be a top-down engagement, but it is also a bottom-top engagement. You need to invest in that. The second thing is, the other thing is electoral management bodies. Electoral management bodies are vital to electoral governance, because in organizing elections, you have both institutions. You have what we call soft processes, hard processes. And some of the hard processes is the institutions that are involved. How do you engage with electoral management bodies? How do you influence their operationalization? How do you ensure that these electoral management bodies in themselves are also representative? If you are going to electoral management body to tell the electoral management body to impose 30% quota, when the management body itself is 2% women quota, how can somebody that is 2% go and fight for 30% to other people? Somebody will say, my friend, look at your commission. Your commission is so super overwhelming male dominated. You are coming to tell me my list will have 30% women. These are the kind of things you have to engage in, so that when people see that people that are organizing elections, people that are coming to their communities, they have women there, then they know that women can do it. That is very, very critical. So these are just some of the views I want to share with you, that we have to look at it beyond just, but I totally agree that on several occasions we have had meetings with development partners, and one of the issues we spoke about was the implementation of the European Union Observer Mission Report. I'm happy NU is going to take this, and I hope civil society, in the government civil society dialogue, we can dedicate a whole dialogue series on elections, wherein civil society can come prepared, and then government can come prepared, so that we can debate these things, and then identify potential entry point where we can start, and then we can say we have achieved something. Also, the presentation of COVID. But when I was listening to it, I think it needs to be broadened, because it is just about protecting the people that are going to work for you. You need to expand that debate. So, in the event you are going to have by-elections, like the acting chairman of NEC said, how is government itself going to organize by-election within the context of the present circumstances? I think you can engage government on that. You can also discuss with government on that. you can engage the PPRC, you can engage on that. But if you just say your own COVID implementation is to protect your own people, at least the debate needs to be expanded so that you can ask government, do you intend to organize by-election in this present cycle? How do you want to do it? Is there any way we can help? Particularly in the PR side. Because you need to convince people to come out to vote. In a context where social distancing is now going to be part of our life. And government will not be the one that will be going to tell people to come and vote. So this is where civil society can go and convince people you can still go and vote. We can organize the voting process in such a way that everybody can have opportunity to vote. And then everybody can see that. How even do you organize the structure of the polling station? These are things that NEC can also do. So I think your involvement in the COVID should go beyond just protecting your people and your monitors, but also see how elections can be organized in this kind of dynamics, which is a new dynamics. I believe I want to end first by thanking the European Union for this support. And I'm very excited that it is done under the European Union Democracy and Human Rights Fund. That is a fund that we got some money from in 2004 to 2006. We got resources, support from that fund through the University of Bordeaux, which I came to Sierra Leone to implement with Campaign for Good Governance. I'm happy that under that funding, Sierra Leone is still benefiting, and we will continue to benefit. So I want to thank Ambassador for that. And I want to thank him also for his commitment to support democratization in this country. I also want to thank NEW for the wonderful work they have been doing, and also to inspire them that this funding is coming at a very critical time, at a very vital time, and I'm excited. They already have a plan and they are ready to hit the ground. I want to assure you that let's make use. Already we are working on the parameters of the civil society government dialogue. Sooner or later we are going to write a letter to civil society to establish a civil society working group so that to come and sit down with government to determine the parameters and framework of this dialogue. I want you to take that as an opportunity to engage government and also to begin to build a new practice. That is why we decided to call that dialogue Governance and Development Dialogue Series. It is going to be between civil society and government. We are going to invite development partners. Maybe in the future it is going to metamorphose into a tripartite dialogue where you have government, donor partners and civil society. And we believe that kind of space to discuss government issues is vital, and it is going to help our development and political prospect. So I want to thank you very much, and be rest assured that we are open, we are ready to work with civil society, we are ready to engage with civil society, because, like His Excellency said, another pair of eyes makes the country safe. On those promising notes, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to officially launch this project, which is under a grant contract, external actions from the European Union. And with the title, Enhancing Domestic Electoral Observer Organizations and Citizen Participation in Democratic Governance Reform, leading to the 2022 and 2023 electoral cycle. I thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice President, for this wonderful statement. Now we move in